307 West King, June 22nd, 2020. We're in Hillsboro. We are in the crawl space. There's a 4x3 branch with a clean out. I'm actually going through that clean out, or a test tee, I'll say. And so I'm in the 4-inch portion right where that 3-inch ties in. So I'm going to pull back. We'll go ahead and zero out the footage. Alright, so we're at 0 now. And I just wanted to point out something I found. So here is a, looks like a 4x2 fitting, which is we're still in the crawl, and then we transition to cast iron right here. So about 4 foot from that transition is a huge ball of roots. So that's an issue. I think this is right at the footer, or as it passes through the footer. So literally, I mean, this may not pass through the footer, but through the side foundation wall. So the driveway side foundation wall, the gravel driveway, leading down to the carport. So it's right there, you know, at that wall, from what I can tell. So that's an issue. There's a big ball of roots in there. So we'll push past those, and now we come to just a small piece of PVC. And then we got a clean out above us, which I know it's hard to tell, but there's a cavity right sitting at about 12 o'clock on the screen. And that is a clean out. So I'm going to go outside and try to find this, because it's going to be way easier to do what I got to do from there than it is from the crawl space. So we're just going to pause the video, and I'll go ahead and turn on the locator, see what I can maybe come up with out there. Okay, I did find the clean out. It is it is under the set of stairs on the left side of the home, gravel driveway side of the home. If you're looking at the gas pack, to the right under some lattice. So we're just gonna stop the video. Well, you know what? I'll pull back, and we'll get a good eyeball on this again. All right, there's your roots right there. So, I mean, they're just, you know, it's got to be right in that wall. So, too bad, right? This is the sewer line. The cast iron actually doesn't look horrible, at least on that section. Alright, there's a little transition, and we should be pulling out. Alright. Cool. So, here is the test tee. I went in right there. It's right up against some black ductwork. That's the 4x3 combo that I was starting my footage at. And then, so over there is the tankless. And behind me is the stack. Pulled that 3-inch blow ball, the yellow blow ball, out of that stack. So hopefully we resolved that upstairs master bath issue. So we're just going to pause the video, and we'll start it back up when we're outside. Alright. So we are out. I'm at this outside clean out, and I've pushed 92 foot out. And the reason why I push out all the way, so I'm as far as I can go. Camera's about 97, but I have missing a little footage on where I'm set up, and the little drop to get down to the sewer main. So the reason I go out is because you get such a better picture on your way back. So I pushed through here pretty quick. I didn't really get to see really a ton. I feel like we're still in a 4-inch sewer main, but as I'm pulling back, you're kind of seeing it as I'm seeing it, because I did not stop when I was pushing. So, you get this kind of build up on the bottom. It's pretty darn typical for a cast iron line. Like, this doesn't look horrible. That looks pretty bad. That is just grease and coagulation of grease and grime just from years and years of use. So we started out at 92 foot. I'm going to pull back to 62 foot and locate again unless we see something else significant, like a change of direction or a clean out or something. And at that point where I started, that was 1 foot, 1 inches deep, so very shallow, and we're actually in the neighbor's yard or possibly an easement. So seeing more of that grime, that crazy buildup right there. It's just an old house and an old sewer line, so not surprised. Actually kind of surprised it looks as good as it does, but it definitely needs to be addressed, you know. Pretty big chunks right there in the line. Pretty big bumps, and they're holding water because they're bumped up like that. Stop right there. We're about 30 foot back from where we started, which is 92. So we're at 62 now. I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna go locate this. All right, we are a shallow 8 inches deep. We're still, what I can tell, squarely in the neighbor's backyard. So the folks to the, if you're looking at the front of the house, to the left of the gravel driveway. We're going to pull back to 32, or any other significant thing we see, we'll stop there. Kind of the same buildup. I mean, honestly, the line really doesn't look that bad. It does need to be clean. I'll say that. So don't say that I'm not saying it doesn't need to be clean, but it definitely looks pretty darn good to be as old. Alright, we got a clean out right here. Sweet. It almost looks just like a test tee. It's probably hidden in the ground, but we're going to locate it because I think that's important to know. So this might be all up in those woods, so it's going to be, I think, really hard to locate, but we'll give it a shot. Pausing the video. Well, so this guy, this clean out, you can see that cavity right there at the top. Looks like it's just a test tee, to be honest with you, because I think I can see the plug up there. That is like in some really thick trees and briars to the left of the gravel driveway as you're pulling down that gravel driveway. So we're going to turn right here, just a little bit of a fitting that's going to you know, straighten it back up with the home there. I'm probably going to pull back to about 25 foot. Okay, so we got something else coming in right here. This could be old, defunct. I think it probably is, or it could have been an old clean out fitting. I think this is probably a pretty good spot to locate. I can't imagine it being another home tying in, though I do see that pretty regularly. I don't think that's going to be the issue in this case, because there is no home over there. So we're going to just go back to that fitting. Again, could be an old clean out laid on its side, who knows. We're going to just locate this, and then I'm just going to pull back. I think we'll be done. Pause the video. Alright, so we're back. That combo is right about middle of the driveway. Really nothing to it. But I'm just going to pull back and keep looking. This section looks great. If the whole line looked like this, it would get my blessing. Really good looking cast iron, especially for, I'm sure it's pretty old. So, you know, we got the roots. We're just a little ways back. Wonder if I can get lucky and get my camera to go backwards.
You know, I've got something not unusual in these older goldie downtown properties, but we'll he said that it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
However, you have to have some sort of reason to correct you.
Yep, there's the roots for there. So that you know, we're looking backwards up the line. Those, they have to be just right there at that footer. So there they are. All right, cool. Pull back. Here's the clean out. There's the lattice, and then the gas pack is right there. Good deal. So that's the end of the video. Biggest issue with this is the roots. The line does need to be cleaned, but the biggest overall elephant in the room is that it goes onto neighbor's property, and I don't think it does it via an easement. So we'll talk about that.